So today is November 10th, 2023. I just want to go over a little daily recap. I posted in the morning the key levels are 4358 through 4352 and 4388 through 4390. I said if we find support above 4357, I want to play longs targeting 4390. Aggressive selling underneath the area of 4350. I want to play short targeting 4337. And if we can sustain under, I want to play short targeting 4310. I then posted my demand zones and my key levels 433, 43835, and 438850. Keep these two numbers in mind. I said sustaining above 4388, I'll look for 4400 to trade. To then look for another move down. If we sustain 4400, I'll look for previous day's high break as an exit. My first confluence will be VX staying weak, and then I'll look for a pullback to enter long. Or if VX sustains its value, I'll look for a bull trap to short the market to 4388 area, then 4365. And I even stated I'll be interested in taking the market short within the first 10 to 15 minutes. Here, if selling comes into the tape, first take probably 4375 area, and then stop at break even, and then my last TP would be 4366. My entry will be between my two key zones, will be 4383 and 4388 area. So now just a minute before the market opens, I see a big nasty wick, following by this 4380 area, and then immediately a huge sell-off starts to step in. I then get my order filled at 438250. Now keep this in mind, at 933 I said 4373, not 4375. I then saw a big wick over here followed by good selling pressure down here and got in at 43825. We came all the way down with no buyers on the tape, and then like I said, at 933, that's when I stated that I'll look to take profits at 4373. We then find more selling in this area, and we start to base around 4373 right here. Usually when this happens, people will look to get long in the basing area. We'll then wick down, squeeze them out, and then move up more. Now, I saw VWAP down here in this area, and I play a lot of VWAP plays, so I ended up making my take profit at 4371. Also, the 43835 area was a key zone from the 25th of September. I stated that yesterday. And then as we got down to that basing area, I said stop is now at break even. 50% of my contracts will be at 43715. I said my stop is now at break even at 936. 50% will be taken out at 43715, which is VWAP. And you can see I said greed is a killer after that, and I'll show you why. Because if I stayed with my initial plan, I would have got my fill very easily right here. We wicked underneath it, and I at least would have got 50% of my profits out. Now, being that I wanted the extra 2 points over here, I ended up not getting any fill, and I ended up stopping out on this candle right here at break even. Now, this being said, we came up, we passed this high, again with good selling pressure, made a lower high over here. So as soon as we came down all the way, we wicked back up. I got my fill right here. Sorry, I had to change my charts around. I ended up deleting all my drawings before this, so I had to redraw everything. So I ended up getting my fill right here as we make these lower highs. Now again, I said I want to see VWAP act like a magnet. The key zone now lined up perfectly with VWAP this time around. So the key zone of 437375 lined up perfectly right here. So right here, I exited 50% of my position, and I said my stop is at break even. Usually when I pass my 1-to-1 stop loss, I'll then move my stop to break even. For example, if my stop loss is 8 ticks, once I'm in profit 8 to 10 ticks, I'll move my stop to break even. I said I'm holding 2 contracts for 4366 and 1 for 4355. Once 4366 triggers, I'll put my stop loss to 4375 for my runner. And then once I saw some buying coming in, I said I'm moving my stop to 438.5. And of course, what do? We end up hitting my stop right here to the T, 438.5, and then coming all the way down to 4367, right above demand. That would have been a very big gain for me, which is pretty annoying. Sometimes not letting the trade breathe is a bad idea. Sometimes it's good because if we would have rallied, instead of getting out at break even over here, I got a couple extra points out of it. But doing this, I missed out on over 13 points from the bottom to where I took my profit. Now, as the rest of the day goes, this resistance now becomes support. You can see it right here. We touched here, which is in between my main zone right here. We touched here, which is the wick over here to fill the rest of these orders. And then we come higher. Now after this, we sustain above this 4388 area. Like I stated in the pre-market plan, if we sustain over 4388, 4390, I'll look for 4400. And this exactly happened, 4388, 4390 sustained. And from there, we ran all the way up to high of day break, which I said would have been the take profit. Unfortunately, I did not take this trade. But if you would have just came here to the high of day break of yesterday, this is the high day break of yesterday, and you put it to this zone, it would have been a perfect over 4 risk to reward trade. Literally never going really negative at all. And then we ended up running up even higher today. Now that we ran up higher, we're into this supply zone from previous, which acted as a big supply the second time around, as you can see. Now, along with the supply, we're touching this line over here, which will give us this resistance right here on this trend line. So I'll be looking to take this in a short area sometime Monday. We don't always have to respect the line to the T, especially on a day. It'll just be a wick, or even an hour it'll be a wick. If we don't sustain this, it'll just be like this. Now I'm looking for this. And then it'd be nice if we just get just a bunch of these little, something like this would be preferable. Playing between zones, as you can see here. Mini bounce, zone, zone. And then eventually just come all the way down. I really don't want to break the supply zone, and I'd like to at least sustain in this area right here for the confluence of supply and this resistance level to play out for a big move down. So any questions about my zones or the market in general, literally anything at all about trading, you can always DM me. I'm not sure if whoever's in the free, if you guys can see this, but I have the trading floor, which the premium traders post on, my pre-market plans, intraday thoughts, just like how we have over here. Off topic, market news, questions that anyone may have about zones or anything like that, our members' trades, suggestions on how to make things better, and just other resources where I have in-depth videos about book maps and stuff like that. Also, don't forget the affiliation page. I show you everything I'm affiliated with if you guys want to support. My personal trading setups, which if you go deep into here, you can see I use TradingView, Market Watch, which is free. I give out my free trading journal, what I use on my charts, 2-day VWAP. Don't really use the 9 EMA anymore or any of these except when I'm looking at daily charts. If you use Thinkorswim, this is very good. This will give you the main weighted stocks with their weights into them, into one chart. And then obviously link to my beacons where you can find all of my courses and storefront.